Hello, 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 beautiful souls. Come on in. Take a moment. Grab something to drink. Come on in and relax. I'm going to light a candle and get ready over here. Let's see how everybody is doing today. Get all set up. What do we want today? Yeah. Oh, well, let's just burn this then instead. Let's see if anybody comes on in to join us. It's a weird time of the day. I don't think I've done a live at like this hour, and I thought it would be interesting to see who shows up. We'll give it another minute or two. For those of you who don't know me, I am Christine, also known as Shamama Hunting Owl around the spiritual community here on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. I started doing YouTube about 8 years ago and recently started doing these lives just to come on and talk about whatever, see what everybody's dealing with, what we're going through, see if we can spread some positivity and love. So come on in, make yourself at home, breathe in some yummy Palo Santo, let your worries and woes fade away, come into a place of your heart and peace and love and light. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. All right. So we're going to give it another minute or so and see if anybody comes in. If you're here with me, please say hello, share your name, tell me where you're from and how you're doing today. I am in South Florida, for those of you who don't know. And welcome in. So I was sitting here today. Oh, let's see who's here. Omar, oh my, that's a long, Omar Carlos Rodriguez Salva. Hola, welcome. Thanks for being here. So I didn't have a lot going on today, you guys, and it was kind of just a really kind of nice, quiet day. And I didn't have any clients today or anything like that. And I worked a lot on my social media. I found out this morning, which I'm kind of excited for, that I can now accept health insurance for my massage therapy business. So that was kind of exciting. But other than that, I was feeling kind of like blah, bored, a little bit of just, I don't know. I was feeling restless. I wanted to do something. I didn't really have a whole lot to do. And so I was going to meditate and as you guys know, those of you who have been here for a while, hello, you guys. I am from South Florida. So for those of you who know, I like to pull out a book or the Bible or something close to me, like before I meditate, to kind of just give me sometimes a focal point, right? A message, something to reflect upon. And it was one of those afternoons, and so I pulled out my Bible, and for those of you who don't know, I am not religious, okay? So when I pull out my Bible, like I said, I use it for guidance. I do not affiliate with any organized specific religion or ideology. But I pulled out the Bible and I just randomly opened it, and I opened it to Mark 12, lines 10 and 11. And this is just super significant to what we've been talking about for the last few lives about finding our worth, knowing that we are worthy and valuable in spite of our flaws and our imperfections. So this verse was just so significant that I literally read it, I reflected on it, I took a few notes for you guys, and I decided to, instead of meditating, because I really wanted to be of service today, to come on and be of service and share the message, and let it flow where it flows, right, you guys? So the message with the verse was, the very rock which the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. This has come from Adonai, and in our eyes it is amazing. Now, we're going to break it down just a little bit, because there's a couple of ways that I want to share this with you guys. The first part is the very rock which the builders rejected. This is so significant in the fact of thinking about who were the first disciples, who were the people who were chosen by the Christ, to go around and learn and teach and share wisdom with. All of them were sinners. Not one of them was what would be considered a saintly person in the eyes of, not like, they were all, let's see, they were tax collectors and thieves and liars and adulterers, and so so the sinners, those people who were rejected by society, were the ones that Christ came to say, come and follow me, let us build, let us learn, let us heal. And so that's the first thing I found super, super important about this verse, and how it relates to the things that we've been talking about. Now, us as light workers, many of us who have awakened to our spiritual journey have not led the easiest, most wholesome, most perfect of lives. And many of us have come up from, the dredges, the depths of bullshit, succumb to addictions and all sorts of demons and hangups and hookups in our lives, let alone traumas, abuses, things like that. So when we think of those of us who are light workers, who have been called forth, who have awoken over the past 10 plus years and gone, okay, well, I don't know why I'm considered worthy, but Spirit now, is speaking to me and through me and helping me guide and help share wisdom and inspiration with other people. So there's a reason for it. I must be doing something right. And that set us forth on our spiritual journey of healing, right? And so we've all come up from these places where we were, in fact, the rocks that most builders would have rejected. The disciples were the rocks that the structures, the religious ideology makers would have rejected. And those are the ones that are the purest. Those are the ones that learn and understand healing and from the most basic levels. And so therefore, this is how we rise in our faith, in our testament to what we have witnessed on our journey. Let me just take a moment and say hello. There's a couple more people here. Hey, Tina, how are you? And Gabriel, how are you? Thank you guys for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're just talking about basically concepts of spirituality, talking about why we are worthy and deserving, talking about why we, as what appear to be just normal, ordinary people, have been called to lead, and share our stories and our experiences, helping guide others through their journeys, through their processes, through their own healing cycles. And we are becoming the cornerstones of the new earth, the new spirituality, whatever it is you want to talk about, or however it is that you want to refer to it. Um, we are setting forth the foundation to build a entire new, properly aligned structure on for society, for humanity moving forward. Um, Altina said, I don't have mushrooms next time. I actually work with plant medicine also. And plant medicine is a beautiful, beautiful thing to use for your healing process. And I always, I work with it extensively through helping others heal. So I always recommend that you use it with honor and reverence when you do use plant medicine. But it's an amazing medicine, and I'm all for it. So yay. All right, guys. So getting back to, so let's talk about what is a cornerstone first of all. Like I'm saying this word cornerstone. What is a fucking cornerstone? A cornerstone is actually architecturally the very first stone that is set into place during the building process. Okay, it has to be measured out perfectly square. Okay, to ensure that it sets a proper alignment for the rest of the building to be built on and the foundation to be built on. So a cornerstone is something that is key, fundamentally important, significant to building the rest of our foundation on. And yet, we, the rejected, the ones that looked crazy, the conspiracy theorists, the witches, the teachers, the spiritual ones who came out and started speaking of all of these things, the ones of us that looked so damaged and hurt and wounded in this world have done the work, been called forth to be the cornerstones, to serve humanity, because we have done and are continuing to do the work. So I love this, you guys. Something other interesting little facts about cornerstones. Back in the day, when they did build buildings, the ancient architecture actually used astrological alignments, and cornerstones were always placed in the northeast corner of a building because it stood for harmony and prosperity for whatever that building was to be. They also hollowed out the center of many of the cornerstones and put a metal container in them, which held sacred relics, important documents, scriptures, things like that, that could be found and left for generations and legacies to come. But so when we talk about yesterday, for example, in the live that I did, we talked about how important it is to be authentic and to share from your heart and to show up and just be yourself. And this is why authenticity is so important, because if you're building your own life on a faulty foundation, parts of yourself that you are still trying to act a certain way or people please or any of these things that are inauthentic, when we're acting from this place, You are now building a foundation, calling in wisdom and people and events that are going to be structured on this inauthentic foundation that is just going to shatter and crumble. This, it will make everything in your life out of alignment if you if you don't start finding a way to speak your truth, to become authentic, to do the work. This is why so often things in our lives continually keep to falling apart. We keep repeating the same patterns, the same cycles, because we continue to build on these wounded, unhealthy foundations, right? Of ourselves and of our lives. So things keep falling apart. But see, we're not a faulty stone. We're not. We just need to see how perfect our flaws and our imperfections are, and how when we are aware and accept responsibility and accountability for those things in our lives and ourselves and our circumstances, that is where we then become authentic and can build in complete and proper alignment with our divine path, with our soul contract, with what it is we are here for. So yes, we are the sinners that have been called to service, okay? We are the calling of the unworthy, who are actually completely worthy, because it is in our own unique stories, you guys. All the imperfections hold our unique truths, our unique stories. And that is what makes it all so valuable for all of us. Remember, it was those disciples, those that followed Yahshua first, okay? They were the weakest in faith. Their hearts had been hardened. They were competitive. They were possessive. They were selfish and jealous. They were the weirdos, the freaks. And they weren't all the smartest, the most smartest, most highly educated individuals. They weren't. It just goes to show you, though, that Yahshua saw their value, that in their stories, in their wounds and their flaws and all of that damage, let's say, there was something magnificent and beautiful that could be built on. And that faith came from that place. Faith comes from that place. So let's all work to ensure our most proper and perfect alignment as we build our futures. As we work through the rest of this Mercury retrograde, as Mars is also in retrograde, we're in these final weeks of 2024. Let's use this time to really embrace all of who we are, reflect on everything that we have experienced in our lives, and move forward, seeing our worth and our value, and how important our stories are, and sharing them as the cornerstone of what we are building moving forward for humanity and all that is to come. So you guys, I am going to end this here. I want to thank you guys for being here, for sharing this time and space with me. I love you guys so very, very much. Have an amazing and beautiful rest of your day. I am sending so much love and light, gratitude and blessings. Always beautiful souls. Mwah! I love you, and we will talk again soon. Bye-bye.